When I tried to look up the word Google in the dictionary, I found that Google became a verb. This indicates how Google became something necessary and essential in our everyday life and came on the top of all the other search engines. Whenever somebody needs to know about something, he simply Google it. But how did Google start? Google firstly started in 1997 by the name Backrub. It was then developed and became Google, which actually came from a mathematical term that means 1 followed by 100 zeros. Google then introduced Google AdWords in 2000, which is a program for creating online ads, and kept developing to include mobile, video, and display ads instead of the simple text ads. Since that, Google company have been extremely developing in a very fast way, as they introduced a series of other products such as Google Earth and Google Map in 2005, YouTube in 2006, Android in 2007, Google Plus in 2011, and a lot of other products as Google company developed to be one of the biggest companies in the whole world. It had extremely affected the world in a lot of areas through its search engine and its effective projects, including education, communication, economy, technology, and humanitarian operations. But how did Google affect education? As Google is developing and doing a lot of efforts in various areas, education became one of the priorities for Google company. Being a very efficient web search engine, it became obvious that it would be widely used by students all over the world. Google company actually didn't just affect students all over the world by providing them with sources for information, but it had actually created a lot of projects that extremely affected education and helped students. Google efforts in education included educational projects, awards and aids supporting students and education, and technology supporting students. An example for Google efforts in education is that in 2011, Google launched its first Google Science Fair competition, which is a competition that encourages students to find answers for big scientific questions through scientific experimentation. More than 100,000 students from 90 countries all over the world applied for the Science Fair. 15 finalists went to Google's California offices, and 3 others were selected to be the winners of the competition. Another example is Google Rise, which stands for Roots in Science and Engineering, and it is an awards program that supports and provides funding to innovative educational organizations that allows primary, secondary, and university students to participate in STEM enrichment programs that stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math education, and also make sure that those students become part of a community by sharing their best practices with recipients. Google also provides educational applications such as Google Plus and Google Books. Google also had actually extremely influenced humanitarian operations in a lot of ways. Google had put humanitarian operations projects as one of its priorities and had done huge efforts in supporting charitable organizations and humanitarian operations in general. Google had actually formulated a new specific program and system in the company for supporting humanitarian operations. This system looks for new and efficient ideas that would help people suffering from illness problems using technology in order to solve or help in solving their problems. Google actually supports these humanitarian operations by giving them awards that would help them continue and develop their projects. Google awarded Global Impact Awards to several humanitarian projects such as Polaris Project, Charity Water Project, DonorsChoose.org Project, and Equal Opportunity Schools Project. The idea of Polaris Project is that they are going to use their $3 million awarded by Google in launching a global alliance that shares data and information and best practice between regional and trafficking organizations, and also help to provide more protection to victims from this crime. Google ideas and technologies will also support and help the development of this database and response system. Google had been actually growing so fast in the past few years and had extremely affected the world in a lot of several areas such as education and humanitarian operations that Google had considered to be from their priorities and had done serious efforts in order to develop and influence them by introducing several innovative and effective projects and technologies that made education easier and helped a lot of charitable organizations.